So, race 2 then of the Mazda MX-5 Roadster Cup from Sardegna, Road Track C. Let's get to the grid. So, reverse grid it is this time for this 30-minute race. Rodders on pole position, Prime Machine second, Unforgiven third, Molson fourth, Thomas fifth, Too Fast Furious in sixth, Chuck in seventh, Ice Chand eighth, Paul in ninth, DJ 10th, Wadru in 11th. Everyone with the exception of Chuck going with the racing mediums for the first 10 minutes of the race. So it'll be interesting to see how Chuck gets on. So let's get to it. So watch those lights. There'll be a line of red lights going across the top. When they turn green, we're away. And away we go. Good start by everybody as they head up to turn 1. Rodders though, from pole position, dropping back to third already as they reach turn 1. Prime Machine now with Molson up the inside, who's going to get first. I think Molson does, so Molson takes up the lead then. Prime Machine second, Rodders in third, Unforgiven having a look up the inside, little tap from Unforgiven, but gets through there to third now, so Rodders drops out to fourth, Thomas in fifth, and then the rest of them behind them. Thomas in that pink Monster Energy car. Oh, someone's off at the background, didn't see who that was, but Rodders dropping back like a stone here, back to 7th already. Chuck up to 5th, as you would expect on the Super Softs. Chand right behind Rodders, having to look up here at the final bend. No, didn't quite make it. So DJ running a bit wide there, and Paul takes advantage, can he? No, not quite. So DJ remains in 9th, Wadru at the back in 11th. So back up top then, it was Molson. Is it still Molson? It certainly is. He's pulling out a little gap too. So Molson deciding this could be his time for race 2. Prime Machine being hounded by Thomas though. Thomas could get him down here, this left-hander. Difficult left-hander this. Got to be really careful through. He can run right onto the sand as we've seen, and just on cue, there you go, hits the wall. Prime Machine, he does get out of control. He's going to lose spots here. He does, drops all the way back down to 10th, so it's only Wadru who's behind him in 11th, who's also had an off, unbelievably. Wadru, I don't believe it. Very rarely do we see mistakes, and he's made one. Put that in your diary, folks. Special occasion. Wadru's actually finally made a mistake. So drops him down to 11th. Molson pulling away nicely from these next 3 of Thomas. Chuck, who's up to 4th. Too Fast Furious just got him. In fact, Chuck's just got him on the inside, so Chuck does take up 3rd position. Now he's on the back of Thomas in his Super Softs. Could get him down here. In fact, he probably has already. He has. There he goes. 2nd place for Chuck. All runs wide though. Chuck, a little bit out of control, is he? Well, he was a little bit, but remains in 2nd. Too Fast, so he's got through. Thomas must have also had a little bit of a moment, and someone has there, and who's that? That's Rodders. Oh, and Rodders, he's going to drop down to the back, and like in race 1, loses it where Too Fast did, and yeah, you can't come back from that, I'm afraid. There's Wadru just coming up behind him in 11th, so unfortunate for Rodders. And Wadru will probably get him up here. I think he does. He does. So Rodders back to 11th. So Chuck still being hounded by Too Fast, but remains in 2nd, Chuck. We've got the selection box fighting against the Toblerone bar for 2nd and 3rd. And he'll get him washed down nicely with the Monster Energy drink from Thomas after them. Chand in 5th. Paul made his way up to 6th. So he head along the start-finish straight for another lap. So trainer cars again, Paul 6th. Being chased down by Unforgiven in 7th. Does get him, does he? Unforgiven, he does. Gets up the inside of Paul, nice and clean. And DJ's right on the back behind Paul too, so little 3-car battle here for what, 6th, 7th, 8th. DJ's having a look up the inside of Paul, didn't quite get there, so has to stick it in 8th still. And behind them, Prime Machine in 9th. There he is, trying to latch onto the back, and then the two with the mistakes, Wadru and Rodders still in 7th and 11th. Back to this battle though, Paul having a look up the inside of Unforgiven as he got there. And it looks like Unforgiven's got a better exit there. Oh, little tap, but no big drama there. So actually, there's a 3-car battle in front of them. Too Fast, Thomas, Chand. And then this 3-car. All trying to get onto the back of the ones in front. Still the same, Unforgiven 6th, Paul 7th. DJ in 8th. Thomas gets through on Too Fast, he does. Thomas up to 3rd then. So the Pink Machine gets through. Nice Chand right up the back of Too Fast, going through the dipper. Up the other side, hard on the brakes at this point. Try and steady the car. Get through the final bend, they do. Nice and clean through there. Already 6 minutes into this race, so anyone who wants to come off those mediums after the 10 minutes, got another 4 minutes to endure, if they're not getting on with it, that is. So we'll see. We'll see who'll blink first. So nice Chand then. Just pulling off the back of Too Fast, but Unforgiven. Now getting onto the back of him. So Unforgiven looking pretty quick here in race 2. And DJ's actually got past Paul, so Paul drops back to 8th. I think he may have just ran wide up there the last bend, got himself on the sand and the dirt, which is why he lost that place to DJ. DJ out the inside of Unforgiven, has he? Oh, he runs wide, and he goes wide across the grass, cuts the corner. Paul's going to surely take advantage of that. Well, he is into 7th just about, but it is neck and neck over the line. So no, actually, DJ is just taking 7th back, but Paul is on the inside, coming up to turn 1. So can Paul get 7th back again? No, decides against it. So just sits in behind him. Oh, Unforgiven just runs into the dirt. I think that was him. See some dirt being kicked up anyway in front, and it was the obvious choice, being that he was the one just in front, but I don't know, might have got that wrong. Thomas though, really up the back, Too Fast. Look at this. Thomas having a look, because Too Fast did get that place back, but he's just giving it back to Thomas, so these two are swapping positions. Going into the final bend. Oh, Chand having a look on Too Fast too, so only picks up a little penalty to Too Fast. There's a half-second penalty that he will try and get rid of there, and there he goes. So Chand will take advantage of that, and Unforgiven might get through too, which he does. So Unforgiven gets through to 5th, Too Fast back to 6th after that. DJ chasing him down in 7th, Paul in 8th. Wadru has got past Rodders in 9th. Let's have a look up the top though, see how Molson's getting on. Well, he's there still in front, but Chuck, remember, on the Super Softs, he's clawing his way back up to him, as you would expect really, with those superior tyres. He does get him down here in the dipper, does he? Well, he's on the outside, is Chuck, so Molson's covering the inside with his left-hander. Chuck might do the crisscross. Depends on what sort of exit he gets Molson, that is, and it's not bad, but I think he might have him, Chuck, as they come across the line. Gonna have a little bit more grip, you'd fancy, on those Super Softs, and there he is, just gets it, so Chuck then takes up the lead. So we head on to lap 10. Classic racing again from the Ultimate Racing League. This is the place to be. Don't bother with anybody else. Stick with us. You're going to love the journey. Let me tell you that. There is no place better if you want entertainment, good racing, battles galore. This is the place to be. So Molson just got it a little bit out of shape back there, so drops back a little bit off a Chuck, but I guess he was always going to do that anyway, being that Chucky's on the super softs. Thomas then up the inside of Chand. Well, in fact, it's Chand who's fighting, isn't it? Thomas was up in third anyway, and Chand's got him round the outside. So Chand takes up third place, and Thomas just gets in behind him in fourth. So let's just stick with this to see if Thomas can retaliate and get his place back at turn 1. It's not far enough up. He did think about it though. I'm going to stick right behind him, going through the S's. So we're past the 10-minute mark. So as of, well, now, any of the guys can come in and change their compound. Whether they will or not, I don't know, but the pit window is now open. Oh, and they're right on the back of Molson. Look at this, what's happened to Molson? Has he just slowed down, or he must have made a mistake, because these two are absolutely on him now. So Molson being hounded by Chand and Thomas. Now this is where we'll see if anyone darts in. Well, Molson's gone in, so Molson's certainly in. He's decided to get off those mediums straight away, along with Too Fast as well. So two of them have gone early. So Thomas up the inside of Chand, turn 1 again. So Thomas again gets second place back. Well, in fact, they move up a place, don't they? Because Molson's gone in. So it's Chuck out in front, Thomas second, Chand in third. There's Chuck in the distance there, just going around the left-hander. And Unforgiven, fourth. And then a little battle here with Paul and DJ. Paul's just got past DJ, get himself up in the fifth. Runs wide though, Paul. Keeps the throttle going, flat. DJ's going to get him back though. Oh, it's side by side down here through the dip. Yeah, Paul just kept it down. DJ might have just lifted a little bit. Otherwise it could have been a disaster for both of them now, had they carried on. So Paul then fifth, DJ, yeah, he dives in. So DJ's gone in for his stop. That will bring Wadru up to sixth from the back after his big off. So Wadru, the man of the moment. Can he get himself up for the win in race 2? He hasn't stopped yet, of course, and Rodders is in too for his stop. So Molson up to 7th, Too Fast 8th, Prime to 9th. And TCC just coming out now. He's going to drop himself into 9th actually. So Prime, he did get in front of Prime. So Prime in 10th, Rodder's still in their pits. Chuck, does he go in? No. So Chuck sticking out there on these super softs for another lap. So start 14. Thomas, Chand, still battling it out. Paul's in, Paul's dived in, so time for Paul after what, 13 minutes. He's decided enough now, he's got to get on them super softs. If indeed he's going with the super softs. All wrong, Thomas runs a bit wide, but stays there in second. You can always go on the just the softs if you want, you don't have to go super softs. So maybe, who knows. Come round there then, and that tricky left-hander. Quite clean through there though from both of them. Thomas still ahead of Chand through the dip. Chand's not close enough to dive through there. Does take the wider line though, does Chand. Maybe a bit too wide actually. I think he lost a bit of time there. Are they going to both dart in? Yes they are. So both second and third place men are in for their change. So that's going to promote Unforgiven up to second. There he goes. Wadru to third now. So Wadru in a podium position. After a terrible start. Now, what can you do with his pits? Can he get in and get out and remain in the top 3? Keep with me and we'll find out. So Chand 4th. Come out in 4th then, Chand. Will Thomas come out in 5th? But that little battle that they were having has just been, well, isn't a battle now, is there really? Not unless Thomas can get back onto the back of Chand. Molson, 6th. Too fast in 7th, just behind him. Then we've got Paul in 8th, closely followed by DJ. There's still these two having a little battle. They've been doing it pretty much all race so far. These two haven't really left each other's side. Probably been one of the closest battles that we've had there here in race 1. So DJ then having a look. No, not close enough with Prime just behind them. Or Paul runs wide. In fact, they both do a little bit, but I think DJ just followed where Paul went. Paul did run wide, got himself out on the grass a bit, and slows momentum down. DJ's certainly going to have a sniff of that. Up the inside into turn 1. He probably will get there. He does. There he is. But can he stick it there, or is Paul going to? Oh no, he made a little error. So Paul sticks it around the outside. DJ remains in 9th, and actually he's now under pressure from Prime. So Prime's going to get him, I think, as well down here on this left-hander. Prime's through. He does. So not sure if DJ, what's quite up with DJ actually. Has he got a problem, or is it just? He's just lost a bit of focus. So he seems to be piling on the pressure now to Prime. So he looks okay there. Wadru then is coming. So let's go back up top then and see where he comes out. So Chuck, as we know, is out in front. There he is. But of course he hasn't changed either yet. So he's got 14 minutes to change his tyres. Is he in? No, he's going round again. And actually he's catching up with Rodders, who's, well, at this rate will be lapped. So Rodders right at the back in 11th, Unforgiven in 2nd, and he's coming in now. So Unforgiven's time. Chand in 3rd. Is Chand going to get Unforgiven? He could do, you know, he's coming up the other side of the hill. Coming round the final bend, runs a bit wide again. Has he got him? Not too sure. Unforgiven. Looks like he might. Chand's got 2nd, I think. So Unforgiven is dropping all down to 7th at the moment. So Thomas 3rd. So that was a long stop, it seemed, by Unforgiven. In fact, he looks like he's come out in 7th. So Thomas then 3rd. Looking for a podium. Trying to chase down Chand, see if they can get that little battle going again. I've got too fast, being hounded by Molson now. Molson, after his good start, he certainly wants a piece of the podium. So that's what he's going to be aiming for, coming into these last 13 minutes. With one stop now, so they can go to the end. Paul in 6th, runs pretty wide there, Paul, actually. Trying to chase down Molson and too fast. Then Unforgiven in 7th, and then he's got Prime Machine and DJ right behind him. So these two still battling it out. DJ's going to go up the inside of Prime into turn 1. Going to get him just like that. Prime though, he's not going to give up. Sticks behind him though, Unforgiven, just ahead of them. With Rodders in 11th, Chuck, the leader, just behind him. So it'll be interesting to see when Chuck comes in, because I think he is the only one now that's got to do his stop. Chand in 2nd and kind of a bit isolated now. So a bit of a quiet race now that he's got shot of Thomas, who is actually in third, but doesn't appear to be gaining. There's Thomas. And too fast. It's just got away from Molson a little bit there. So too fast fourth. Molson fifth. Paul sixth. And Unforgiven. And Chuck is in now. So let's see where Chuck comes out. Let's go back to Chand and just see. Does Chand take up the lead? Depends on how much fuel Chuck's going to put in. So Chand then coming around the final bend is going to pass Chuck in the pits, I believe. There he goes, but where does Chuck actually come out? That's the question. So let's have a look. Here he is now, just coming out now, and he's going to be coming out behind Chand. He's going to lose second to Thomas, which he does, so yeah, it's not bad. Chuck gets himself out in the third. So on for a podium here from Chuck. Too fast, of course. He's got a lot more momentum. He's got warmer tyres as well. So he's going to be hunting down Chuck to see if he can get that third place. Everyone wants a podium at the end of the day. I mean, everyone's happy just to finish, in fairness, but to get a podium is a bonus, and he's right on him now, too fast, right up the back of Chuck. He's surely going to get him, runs a little bit over the grass. Is he going to just come out? No, thought better of it. So, still in fourth, but plenty of time, still got 10 minutes of this race to go, so I guess no point getting yourself into a disastrous situation that you can't get yourself out of if you've got time to just, you know, get the place. And he does. There he goes. Turn one, clean as you like. Third place, too fast. And I'm not sure Chuck will have an answer to that now. Although having said that, he is going to have fresher tyres, so maybe near the end of this race he'll have a little say in it still, Chuck. But at the moment, too fast. Seems to be a little bit stronger at the moment in terms of pace. Paul's got himself up to fifth, so he's got past Molson. Molson seems to be dropping down a little bit now. Not too sure why that is, but Molson's dropped down to sixth. So not many battles going on really. It's all quite stable out there, the positions. But coming into the end of the race, that's when all the battles commence. Everyone fighting for those higher positions, especially up top, of course. DJ then, a little way back in seventh with Unforgiven in eighth, just off the back of him. Rodru, unbelievably, still in ninth, so he has dropped down from his podium position to ninth after everyone's had their stops. Everyone's filtered through, and ninth it is for Rodru. Let's see where he ends up at the end. Rodders in 10th, so he's got past Prime actually, so he has made a position up. Rodders in 10th, Prime I think he's struggling here in race 2. So yeah, unfortunate for him, but down there in 11th. Back up top then, let's have a quick look, see how Chan's getting on. Well, Thomas, oh, there's a yellow flag now. Was that Prime Machine? I think that might have been Prime Machine, possibly. Did he have an off down here at the usual place that everyone's been struggling with? Well, he could have. I think we just see him in the distance there, so maybe he's got going now. But yeah, there he is. So he's obviously made a little mistake there. Hence the yellow flags we had. But anyway, he's got it going now. So, oh, and he's made another little error, and he nearly got in the way of Chand, but oh, and he's a bit out of control actually, Prime, and he's gone into the, I don't know what's happened now, he's spun out of control and nearly went into the pits, and yeah, I think that's it for Prime in this race. Some serious issues going on with his car. Anyway, look at Thomas now, he's fighting for the win. really hunting down Chan. I thought we might have a little bit of action before the race finishes, and this could be it. Because Thomas, he fancies first place now. Chan really pushing over the limit. Gives his will on the grass. He's not going to want to give this first place up. No way, Jose. But Thomas will have a say in it, because he can smell blood. He can sniff that win. When you're right up the back of someone like this, or when he just pulls over, does Chan? What was that? Not too sure what that is. Maybe he's thought, well, Thomas, you take the lead and I'll follow you. Or has Chan got an issue? Maybe he just wants to get into Thomas's slip now. So Thomas then, he takes up the lead. Chan. So maybe he fancies watching Thomas's lines. Whether we can stick with Thomas is the question. Well, he's certainly got the ability to stick with him, but has the car got the power, and has he got enough fuel to stick with him? It certainly is at the moment. So Chan then pushing for second. Let's just have a quick look back, and Too Fast is not far off the back of these in third. So he could be picking up the pieces if anything does happen ahead of him. There he is. So he seems to be gaining on them front two. Paul in fourth, a little bit isolated now, so on his own a little bit. Not sure he's going to have the pace to catch them guys up front, so could be a fourth place. Barring any mistakes, he could have fourth place wrapped up here with 4 minutes left of this race. And DJ fifth. They're trying to get on the back of Paul. And Unforgiven, Chuck, Wadru, so Wadru up to 8th. He's hounding the back of Chuck, and he's got him, has he? And he's going to get another place here, I think, Wadru. He's going to get him down here, and he's already got him, so Wadru does get through to 7th, so here he comes, leaving it a little bit late though. Making his way through the field, Wadru, Chuck back to 8th. Molson off the back of them in 9th. So can Wadru get Unforgiven and get himself up to 6th? And then, in fairness, DJ's not that far ahead of Unforgiven, but with only 3 minutes left of this race now, very, very tough to make up that much of a gap. So we'll see. Let's get back to that Chan-Thomas battle though, because there it is. Thomas still holding off Chan. Chan hasn't yet managed to get through, and all the while, Too Fast, he's right behind him, and he wants it, and he wants it bad. But can he get it? Oh, and what's happened? Is Chan gone wide? No, I thought that was a camera shot then, but it looked like he'd just gone wide, and I thought Too Fast was going to get through on him, but no, as they start lap 29. Great action again. Unbelievable action in these cars. Fantastic racing. Remember to check out our sponsors, upshiftstore.co.uk and digitalmotorsports.com. If you haven't already checked them out, please do. Certainly worth a look. Too Fast really is looking hungry there in third. I fancy he might get Chan. And who knows, he might even get Thomas as well, because they're all very close. I'm sticking with this battle at the top here, guys, for now. I don't think there's much else going on behind, actually, so I'm certainly going to stick with these three. Too Fast then, really putting the hammer down, just sticking behind these other two, heading across the line, for lap 30, with a minute and a half left. Chan having a look, Thomas. No, not far up, enough up there. That might have been his opportunity, just couldn't get quite far enough up the side of Thomas there. Chan and Too Fast now. He's going to be right. Oh, when he runs wide too fast, he's going to be going out there. Keep it on the black stuff. But he's right on the back of Chand. He's surely going to get him. Thomas is just pulling away slightly from these two, so Thomas may well have timed this move to perfection. Too Fast is through, so Too Fast up to second now. Then Chand had to just give that up. Too Fast had way too much pace, more pace than what Chand did, and he had to just give it to him in the end. Oh, and who's that? Is that Rodders, I think, on the sidelines there? So he's had an issue, parked up on the side. So Rodders appears to be out of this one. So Thomas then, Too Fast, Chand, Paul. Paul is catching these, but he's never going to have enough time to get onto the back of them. So fourth it is for Paul, DJ fifth, Unforgiven sixth, Roger 7th. As we on to the final lap now. So I'm going to go back to the boys at the front. So Thomas looks like he's got victory here, race 2. Got past Chand after that battle that they had, and looked like he was coming onto the back of these others, but he's managed to pull away again, managed to add that extra little bit of pace. So Thomas then, well done to him. Congratulations, first for Thomas, second for Too Fast. Paul actually got third, so he's actually got past Chand, so Paul's going to get third place from DJ Just. He does. DJ fourth, Wadru with a good fifth in the end. Molson in sixth, and I think Chand's run out. Chuck, 7th, Chand he's rolling, so Chand literally going to roll across the finish line here, so to get 8th, Unforgiven 9th, Rodders in 10th, and Prime Machine in 11th. That was that for race 2 from Sardegna. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch me again soon, and I'll see you then.